Elon Musk just took a major L. As a matter of fact, many believe this is his biggest loss so far. For the second time in history, an Elon Musk rocket failed. The SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket, which has launched 364 missions to space, has suffered only 2 failures in 14 years. The first came in 2015, and ever since there has been no case of failure, but a few days ago, a rocket failed again. But before we get into all of that, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please support the channel by hitting the subscribe button and turning your notifications on. Also, hit the like button, and yeah, let's get into the video. So, it is an indisputable fact that Elon Musk's SpaceX has over the years built a solid reputation as a leader in space technology and innovations. You just can't argue this fact, as SpaceX's achievements are as mind-blowing as they are effective and valuable. For example, this company has been able to significantly reduce the cost of space access, making space exploration more accessible. SpaceX did this by developing the Falcon 9, the first ever privately developed orbit-capable rocket that could be reused and flown again. Before this, there used to be a complete loss of the expensive booster stage after the rocket launch. In 2018, the company launched the world's most powerful launch vehicle at that time, the Falcon Heavy. This machine is built with 27 engines that give opportunities for heavier payloads and increase the possibility of deeper space exploration. And that is not all. In 2020, the company made history by becoming the first privately owned company to launch astronauts into orbit for NASA with a SpaceX Crew Dragon spacecraft. And let's not talk about the company's plan to colonize Mars. Do you see what I'm talking about? SpaceX is king in this industry. Or at least, that is what everyone thought till disaster struck. On the 11th of July 2024, SpaceX launched a Falcon 9 rocket from Vandenberg Space Force Base in California, carrying 20 Starlink satellites. But what was supposed to be a routine success as usual for this great company didn't end well. You see, the operation started excellently as the first stage separation was fine, and landing on the drone ship went accordingly, but the second stage didn't end well. There was a problem during its burns to raise the satellites to their intended orbit. Because of that, some of the 20 satellites couldn't get to the planned orbits but ended up in a lower one. Although the exact nature of the malfunction remains unclear, many believe that the engine experienced a partial or complete loss of thrust, meaning it was not able to generate the needed power to achieve the desired orbital insertion. SpaceX's engineers are currently investigating the cause of the failure and have retrieved 5 of the satellites so far, attempting to have them raise their orbit using their ion thrusters. By the time news of the failure of SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket during its launch got out, it generated an insane amount of surprise, or should I say disappointment, among the public and industry experts alike. For a case like this, it's uniquely sensitive because of the rocket's impressive track record of over 300 successful missions. This incident marked a rare setback, making many express doubt about the possibility of success for future launches and the reliability and reality of commercial space travel. I mean, everyone was expecting a successful launch, like business as usual. But with a shocker like this, SpaceX's perfect reputation will go through the mud. And we know how the world works. The media will always be around to share the news. Events like this can never be kept hidden. With headlines highlighting the setback and unexpected turn of events, news articles provided info on the launch sequence and the point of failure, also accompanied by dramatic visuals of the launch or previous SpaceX missions. Platforms like the New York Times and MIT Technology Review, without wasting any time, reported on the specifics of the failure, indicating that liquid oxygen leak caused the second stage engine to underperform, thus causing the satellites to be placed in a low orbit. But this is the thing. While setbacks like this are part of rocket operations, such a failure in a vehicle with an otherwise impeccable record is surprising. Now it's looking like an if SpaceX, the king of the industry, can't get it right, who will? But before we hastily have an opinion about what happened, it is very important that we get the official report on the reason or reasons for the failure. SpaceX is currently leading an ongoing investigation, of course, with the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, to get to the root of the matter and know exactly what caused the failure. The Federal Aviation Administration plays a vital role. As the licensing authority for commercial space launches in the United States, the FAA will conduct its own independent investigation. This includes reviewing SpaceX's data and findings, potentially conducting on-site inspections at SpaceX facilities, and interviewing key personnel. The FAA's involvement ensures transparency and public confidence in the investigation process. The FAA's thorough review will determine if SpaceX will be permitted to resume operations while the investigation continues. This process is very important, as it makes sure that all issues related to safety-critical systems are faced before future missions, especially those involving human passengers, can proceed. But before we get the official reports, we already have some speculations. Some experts believe that the failure was caused by engine issues. It could be a malfunction in the engine's control system, combustion instability, or shakiness in the thrust. There's also the possibility that the failure was caused by stage separation issues. Although this is less likely, it is still a possibility. And lastly, software issue. This is one that is often overlooked, but software error in the onboard flight computer could have played a role. This could have resulted in wrong commands being sent to the engine or other systems, leading to unexpected behavior. But as I said, these are just speculations. We still await the official reports from SpaceX or NASA. But unfortunately, the reports will come in no less than weeks or even months. But if you're enjoying the video, please show the channel some love by smashing the like button and dropping a comment. And in case you haven't already, subscribe and turn your notifications on. And let us get right back to the video. As expected, there will definitely be repercussions for SpaceX. Maybe that is unfortunate, but it just has to come. For example, already scheduled missions like the Polaris Dawn, which is supposed to host the first civilian spacewalk, that is already scheduled for July 31st, will have to get postponed. Mr. Isaacman, who is to command the Polaris Dawn mission and is currently undergoing commercial astronaut training at SpaceX, tweeted about the failure. He said, "I can say from personal experience they are very transparent when issues arise," he said. "I have no doubt they will arrive at a cause quickly and ensure the most cost-effective and reliable launch vehicle keeps delivering payload to orbit. As for Polaris Dawn, we will fly whenever SpaceX is ready and with complete confidence in the rocket, spaceship, and operations." Mr. Isaacman is pretty optimistic, and that is really nice, I must say. Also, NASA's Crew 9 mission in mid-August would most likely face potential postponement, and this is a primary concern not just for SpaceX, but for NASA and other space enthusiasts. With the FAA grounding the Falcon 9 fleet pending investigation, several high-profile launches are now uncertain. These delays will not only disrupt SpaceX's launch schedule, but also disrupt international partners and payload customers looking forward to timely deliveries. There is also the potential damage that this failure can cause to SpaceX's reputation. Public view and investor faith in this company may also be affected. It is a known fact that SpaceX has an outstanding track record, but this failure raises questions about reliability, especially for missions that have to do with human passengers. Investor confidence could shake if stakeholders perceive the company as facing operational risks. But the only thing saving SpaceX right now is its transparency and obvious commitment to addressing the issue. These factors may mitigate some concerns. For example, see how optimistic Mr. Isaacman is. And that's where we stop for today. Thanks for staying till the end, but before you leave, I want to know if you've lost faith in SpaceX or if you're still optimistic like Mr. Isaacman. Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one.